Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today is the next installment of creating a page layout ideas book. I've actually put it in the description of each of these, but this idea was totally inspired by Corey Dahmen from Creating with Scraps. Corey is absolutely incredible, and if you haven't seen any of her series, then I would hugely recommend them and say to you, look, jump over onto her website and have a look. She's got some great stuff on creating these types of books, and as I said, that is completely where I got the inspiration from. So we're now on the next episode. As always, I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one, because do you know what, I kind of want to share the whole experience with you guys, rather than kind of practice it to perfection before I start and then come along and have a go. So that's my excuse if anything goes wrong. I might, no I can't have used that. Yeah, okay. So I'm looking for this one. I'm not even sure if I've got enough space for it except for that front section. Right, okay, this will do, I think. Yep, we're going to work on a double page spread. Now, I really could kick myself and wish I could tell you whose video I was watching to get inspiration from this piece, and I can't. I have been back through the video history, but because it was on my phone, it was really difficult. So I will still try. This particular video isn't going to go up for a couple of weeks yet, and so if I can find out who did this particular piece, then I will link that definitely. I mean, all the pieces that I create are kind of inspired by others, and I think that's the great thing about this community, is that it's all about sharing, sharing experiences, sharing kind of thoughts and ideas, and yeah, it's a great community to be. Sorry. Just moving something off my desk. It is a great community to be part of, and personally I learned so much, and if we can give even part of that back, then it's a win-win. So without further ado, we are going to have a go at this. So our page length is, I do this every single time, you'd think I remember. Our page length is just over 20 centimetres, which is 8 inches. So I want to pretty much go almost up to 8 inches on this piece. So, okay, what we're going to do is move that out of the way as well. Do you know what? I've got no room. It's ridiculous how little room I've got. Right. So I did manage to get hold of some Tim Holtz memorandum pads from Amazon. So those of you who I know were really trying to get your hands on some, Amazon have got them. They're on pre-order at the moment, so they're not delivered straight away, but yeah, I was really chuffed. So if you're after some, jump on now, and they're not too pricey in terms of costs either. Okay, so this is going to be our main piece, and all I've done is 12 inches because it's a standard piece of Tim Holtz 12 by 12, and I've cut it just short of 8 inches, literally just short of 8 inches. I want to split it into 4 sections. So that's going to be scoring it 3 times at 3, 6, 9, isn't it? Yeah, okay. You know me and my math. Okay. So 3. I'm not going to push too hard. I have a habit of going through the card when I use a scoreboard. So just a little bit of pressure. So 3, 6, and 9. Okay. I've sorted my desk out to try and make it more user-friendly, but in actual fact, I think I've created a bit of a monster. Yeah, so that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to literally fold these in the fold line and just give them a bit of welly. Same with that one. And then with the middle one, I'm going to fold it so you have this effect. So I'm going to fold it here. And again, then back on itself. Okay. So this is what we end up with. So I'm going to grab the paper and just show you. This is actually going to be a 2-page spread. And the idea is that we attach it as like so. And we can either have it that as it closes and opens, it comes upwards, or if you push it this way, there should be enough room that you can open it and have it just as a 2-page spread. I mean, it doesn't add a huge amount in terms of your utilising your pages. It's more of a fun kind of addition to the journal. So I really liked it when I saw it, and so that's why I decided that I was going to include it within the journal pages. And again, I'm so sorry. If this is yours, please, 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 if you're watching, then leave a comment. Yeah, because I absolutely loved it. Okay, so we might have a little bit there where that's coming up a bit. That's strange, isn't it? Oh, it's that page, that's why. Oh, that's coming up over there. Okay, that's fine. And if we open that and that, it's going to give us this, which could pop down there. Yeah, okay. So happy with that. I will just double check to make sure it fits before I glue it in place. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we are going to utilise the space that we've got. So I have got this piece of card that I've cut off, and there are a number of different options we can use with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bottom section off here. Really, really liking that. 3, 6, 9, 12. So each of these were 3 inches in wide. So I'm going to take 3 inches off first of all, off the first piece. And then I'm going to cut along here some of these numbers, which I think look really cool. And I'm going to cut through. Yeah, I suppose that will do. Literally, I've just cut a section off. This bit here is left at 3 inches. So I've got another piece there. And then with these, I'm actually going to cut them in half, which should be 6 inches. So there we go. So we've got one piece of Tim Holtz 12 by 12. We have got the cut-out section, which we've just cut down into different shapes and sizes, and you can alter those. You can do, you know, what you want to do with those, literally, you know, as you see fit. And with the main piece here, which is now just short of 8 inches from top to bottom and 12 inches across, we've scored that at 3, 6 and 9 inches, so it's given us, I must have done the scoring on that somehow a bit squiffy. I think that's my board, because it doesn't quite fit on my board, but that's okay. That is definitely okay. So, the first thing I'm going to do... Sorry, I'm covered in hair. Our neighbour's dog popped in to say hello. And I absolutely just am the biggest fan of dogs. And so I couldn't say no, and had to jump on to say hello. So I'll go there. Does that fold over there? Right, okay. So I'm going to just trim a tiny bit off this because I don't want it to catch. So that should now go on here in between those 2 grooves, which it does. Excuse me, leaning. I'm going to cut a little bit of a divot in here. And I am going to just ink around the edges just to take away that whiteness. Is that a word, whiteness? Okay, and this is going to be glued on here as my first pocket. Oops, stabbed myself with the pin. Okay. So, make sure that they fold comfortably. And that blends really, really well in there. You can barely see what, you know, that you've got that on there, which is great. It's, I do like that. For this piece, I am going to do a belly band. I'm just going to cut that off. Again, I'm using the cutter because, believe it or not, even just with that tiny piece, I would not be able to cut it straight. And I don't understand it myself, so yeah, it's not great. Okay. Lovely. Okay. And with these two, I've got less space again now because one of these is cut oddly. So I'm going to cut quite a bit off this one here. It should then fit there, which it will, which is great because the fold isn't until there. And then I am going to cut just a bit off this one. so that it fits better on this side. Yep, and I'm just going to take, I'm going to round the corner just on the one edge on both of those, and I am going to put them in as belly bands. Now you can use different paper. I mean, they're using the same paper and the same side, kind of camouflages this a little bit, which is something that you might not like. I really don't mind it. I love it, actually, that you've got to really look for the piece to see what's there. I don't know if I inked that, did I? Too busy talking. Yeah, so I do love the camouflaged look. Just because it really does add a little bit of interest and a little bit of suspense, I suppose. Just make sure that I give myself enough room there, yeah. I mean, this, as I said, is really a bit of a luxury in terms of you're utilising 2 pages from your journal, and you're probably not getting back anywhere near the amount of space you lose, but it really is fun. Just something different. I really did enjoy it when I watched the video. So here we've now got our piece here, and we've got 4 separate sections, and each of these sections have got their own purpose. Now they are a bit skinny, so you're not going to be able to put loads and loads and loads in them. But as I said, for a bit of interest, I think it looks really great. So we've got a text spot here. We've got a full length belly band. We've got a nice little pocket in here, and we've got another text spot here. In terms of embellishing this, I will embellish it before I do the flip through. But with this type of paper, you don't even need to necessarily. So, I think that looks pretty good on its own. But yeah, if you want to embellish it, then go for it. And to attach it, this is the $1 million question now, whether this will work. I want to attach that there. I need to give myself a little bit of space. So I'm going to attach this side first, and what I'm going to do is I am going to top down the right side when it's flipped this way, and down the bottom, and I'm going to attach this to my page quite close to the edge, but not fully on that edge, trying to keep it as straight as I can. And what we've done by just attaching across the top, down the side and the bottom, is you've given yourself another text spot in there if you want to use that. And then with this one, what I need to do is see how that closes naturally. Yeah. So I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. I am going to glue across the top. I hope you can see all of this in the frame. I did have somebody leave me some really good feedback, really useful feedback, to say it was too close to camera. So I'm sorry if if some of the videos are being difficult to watch. But I am trying to keep this further away now, just so that it makes a difference. And all I've done there is I haven't placed it as such. I've just folded, closed the cover, and just putting a bit of pressure on. Perhaps a little bit more than a bit of pressure. And wait for that to dry. And that then becomes our flip out page. You can push it down if you really want to. It may be a little bit, now we've got these pieces on, and maybe a little bit difficult. So if you want it going inwards, do your pieces and position it that way. But yeah, I actually love the fact that it's like an accordion type book. So we've got a pocket in here. This hasn't glued properly yet. Let me just put some clamps on that. Oops, daisy. And I'll do there as well. I think my glues, I didn't realise that our glitter glue can get a little bit quite separated a little bit. I don't know whether it's because it's out here and cold or what, I don't really know, but yeah. So I'm just using up the last bits. And I've got a new one on order, which again is really difficult to get hold of at the moment. I ended up, I think on Amazon, they were something like about £40 for a big one, which is really quite dear. So I did manage to get it cheaper in the end, so I'm just waiting on that. I spend far too much time talking about glue when I'm on with you guys, so I do apologise. Okay, yeah, so we open this page up like this. We've got our really fun little ideas bit here. We've got a pocket here. Let me grab a piece of paper. So we've got a pocket here. Perhaps I need a piece of card actually. Full-size pocket there and a full-size pocket there. We've got a tuck spot here. We've got a pocket here. We've got a full-size belly band here and another tuck spot there. As I said, you can dress that up. You can leave it as it is. Add some tags or journaling cards or whatever else it is that you want to add. I'm probably going to put a few bits and pieces on here, but I will try to leave it as much the same as I can, because I do really, really like that. And it was actually a lot easier to do than I thought it would be. So, yeah, again, I'm so sorry that I don't know who I saw. They were just somebody who popped up on the feed. So it wasn't one of my regular YouTubers that I watch, but I will continue to try and see if I can find that information, because they did a great job, and it's really quirky, it's really different, and I just love the interest it brings to your pages. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give it a go. There's been absolutely fantastic feedback, and it's been great to see people's pictures of their ideas books that they've been putting together. And this is all about, as I said earlier, sharing kind of ideas, and it's been lovely to see people excuse me, taking that up. I saw Corey, and I was able to kind of build on that, and to see other people doing the same is just fantastic. So, thank you for your continued watching, for your feedback, for the encouragement, for your likes. It really is appreciated. And yeah, that is one. I don't think there's many more pages to do in our book, because it was getting as chunky as it was. I did put a few basic, simple concepts in, but I think there's probably only about one, two, three. Excuse me, three. I'm going to leave that, I think. 3. There is 4 more pages. Wow. I didn't know that we would come to the end of this series, but we're getting there. So 4 more pages, very, very chunky piece, but we're almost there. I really, really enjoyed this process and sharing this process with you. So yeah, can't wait to do the flip through. But until we catch up again, as always, take care and speak soon. Bye for now.